What if the real reason you feel spiritually exhausted and worn out is because you've been struggling to live a life that was never designed to function without God? What if true peace, complete joy, and the greatest inner strength don't come from trying harder, from exhausting yourself, but simply from maintaining a continuous, unbroken connection? Jesus gave an incredibly simple yet powerful answer in John chapter 15. He said, "Abide in me." But what does that core message truly mean in this busy life? Tonight, let us explore the ultimate secret of being intimately connected with Christ and witness how this can completely transform and regenerate your entire life from within. The setting of John chapter 15 takes place during one of the most moving, sacred, and emotionally charged moments in the entire Bible. It is when Jesus is speaking, sharing his final heartfelt words with his disciples, just hours before he ascends the scaffold to be crucified. He knew perfectly well that extreme pain and fierce persecution were about to come. He deeply understood that his beloved disciples would soon be overwhelmed by fear, confusion, and heartbreaking loneliness. So, in that moment of imminent death, what did Jesus choose to focus his entire mind on? Not great achievements or resounding success, not work performance or outstanding displays, and certainly not dry, imposed religious rituals. The only thing he emphasized was the fundamental connection. He declared powerfully, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower." And immediately afterward, he clarified their position. "You are the branches." This powerful metaphor completely changes our conventional thinking. Consider this. A branch is completely incapable of surviving or sustaining life if it stands alone. It can only maintain the life-giving sap because it is always firmly attached, not a millimeter away from the main vine. And Jesus affirms with certainty that this is absolutely true, 100% compatible with your own spiritual life. The word attached or within here carries a profoundly deep meaning. It means staying, being closely bound, being a secure refuge, and continuing to walk alongside steadfastly through all storms. Jesus is not seeking or demanding superficial, fleeting attention from you. Instead, he is offering a sincere, warm invitation to enter into an intimate, lasting, and continuous relationship every moment of every day. Pay attention to this incredibly powerful and liberating truth. Jesus never commanded, "Try to do something to impress me," nor did he ever force, "Work harder, exhaust yourself more for me." His only words were, "Just stay in me." The core of Christianity is not a marathon of relentless, exhausting self-effort. Its essence lies in keeping oneself close and intimately connected to him. Think of this image as your everyday phone charger. Your phone never has to struggle or make a strenuous effort to receive power. It only needs to remain plugged into the power source. But look, the moment that cable is unplugged, the battery begins to drain and eventually shuts down completely. How many people out there in modern society are experiencing spiritual exhaustion and dryness for the same reason? They have completely lost connection with the source of life. Jesus made a shocking statement, somewhat unsettling to human thinking, in John chapter 15. He said, "For apart from me, you can do nothing." He didn't say you would do less, nor did he say the effect would lessen. He affirmed, nothing can be done. If completely separated from Christ, we may still appear incredibly busy, energetic, and successful on the surface, but deep within our inner selves, we gradually become weak and frail, terribly empty, always surrounded by anxiety, and fall into a state of complete exhaustion. Because an inevitable rule is spiritual life can never survive if it is cut off from its very source. And then, Jesus began to speak about the fruits. The fruits and blossoms here are the clearest, most tangible evidence of the powerful flow of God's life within you. That is selfless love, unbridled joy, peace that transcends all understanding, enduring patience, kindness, and compassion towards all, wisdom and discernment in all decisions, and a heart that is completely renewed and reborn. And this is the most wonderful, beautiful, and miraculous part of this law. The fruits never appear through coercion or forced effort. A vine branch never has to panic, stress, or strain to produce grapes. It simply does one thing, clinging firmly and deeply to the vine's root. And then the life-giving sap flows naturally and steadily through it to bear fruit. Jesus also gave a very stern warning that any branches that are cut off from the vine will inevitably wither and die over time. That is exactly what you will feel when you fall into a state of spiritual dryness and decline. You maintain your daily routines and repetitive work schedules like a machine, but deep down, you always feel a vast, meaningless void that cannot be filled. Your prayers become cold, empty, and merely a formality. Inner peace completely disappears, giving way to anxiety. You constantly fall into a state of deep-seated weariness, lethargy, and exhaustion. And sometimes there's a very dangerous and frightening reality. You can still put on a facade of being extremely moral, extremely devout, and diligently attending church, while in reality, you've completely lost your spiritual connection with God. Outwardly busy, but inwardly empty. Outwardly active, but inwardly barren like a desert. That's the core reason why Jesus repeatedly said, "Be in" so many times. Because he understood all too well how easily human nature can be swept away, swayed, and stray from its source. When you truly reach a state of deep connection and are fully in Christ, a momentous transformative change will quietly take place from the depths of your heart. You will experience a supernatural peace so unwavering that no adversity or storm of life can shake or destroy it. You will receive an overwhelming joy, a solid inner joy that is not influenced or dependent on fleeting emotions. Your prayers will become more effective and powerful than ever before, because at this moment, the beat of your heart is completely in harmony, in perfect accord with the sound of God's heart. Your entire life will begin to spontaneously bear sweet fruits, good values that spread and have a powerful influence on those around you. These are absolutely not superficial, forced, or artificial changes. This is a true transformation, a genuine rebirth at its very roots. It happens slowly, quietly, but profoundly and thoroughly. Through your vibrant life, those around you will begin to see, feel, and recognize the true presence of God. It is about maintaining a vibrant, unbroken connection with Jesus in every moment of your daily life. It is not about trying to put on a show. It is not about feigning piety or wearing a mask in front of others. It is certainly not about exhausting your last ounce of strength to achieve flawless perfection. Rather, it is about keeping yourself close, nestled deeply beside the one who holds and bestows the source of life. Because the nature of a life lived according to Christ was never designed for you to walk alone and bear the burden by yourself. The closer you keep yourself to Christ, the more abundantly and powerfully His life-giving energy will flow through your life. And perhaps today, instead of continuing to push ourselves harder, to exhaust ourselves even more, Jesus is simply extending His arms and offering a gentle invitation. Come and stay closer to Him.